Hey everyone, and welcome to this SolidWorks tutorial in which we will learn how to model this main body of electrical panel in SolidWorks. So let's begin. So first we need to open a new part file, and I'm working in millimeters, so I will select it as mmgs as units. Then I will create a sketch on the top plane. I will select the center rectangle and create a center rectangle at the origin point. After that, I will select Smart Dimensioning tool and specify the length of this line of the rectangle. So this is going to be 700 millimeters, and then specify the length of this line as 700 millimeters again. Then right click here on the sketch tab, and then you need to enable the sheet metal tab from here. Go to sheet metal tab and select the base flange and here specify the thickness from here. As you can see, the yellow color thickness, you can increase it from here. I will select reverse direction to keep the material upward and then check the box. Okay, now I will select the edge flange, and in this window I will first select one edge and specify the direction. So you can specify either upward or downward direction. So since my material is upward, so I will specify upward direction. After that, I simply need to select remaining 4 edges. The direction will be default upward. Then you need to specify the length and then check the box. After that, I will again select the edge flange, and again in this window I will select the first edge and specify the direction inward, and then I will select the remaining inside edges one by one. They will have their default direction from the previous one, and then I will specify the length from here, and then I will check the box. Okay, then again I will select the edge flange and I will select this edge and specify upward direction. Then I will select simply the remaining 4 edges. Okay, and after that I will just specify the length from here. Okay, and then I will check the box. Then I will select again the edge flange, and this time I will select the outer edge and specify outside direction, outward direction, and then I will select all the edges that are outside, not the inside. And finally I will specify the length from here, and then I will check the box. Okay, now at this point, if you want to specify any appearance for some better visualization, you can apply from here, and you can apply any appearance you like. It's up to you. Then as you can see, we need to close these corners, so I will select here close corner, and then in that window I will simply select this face, and automatically the corner will be closed. I will simply check the box, then I will select the close corner again, and let's select this face, and in the other window I will select the other face, and then if I check the box, then this corner is going to be closed as well. Okay, so just like that, I will close the remaining corners. So I will mirror the things. I would require a plane that cut this part in half like this, and then I will go to features and select mirror. In the features to mirror, I will select the last 2 closed corners, as you can see, and then I will check the box. Then I want this to be mirrored along this plane that cut this part in half like this. So in my case, this is the right plane. I will keep it selected, and then go to features and select mirror. In features to mirror, again I will, and this time I will simply select the mirror, the last mirror, or you can select the last 2 closed corners. to mirror that thing over the other side. Then select this face and click on sketch, and for reference purpose I will create a horizontal line from yellow dot to yellow dot. Then I will create here circles for the vent hole, so there are going to be 4 circles. Now let's specify the distance from midpoint to the edge. So this is going to be 120. After that I will specify the diameters of the 4 circles one by one. As you can see it from here, 135, 105, and then 75, and then 45. Then I would require a line, so I will select a midpoint line, and from center to this vertical midpoint I will create a line. Then for circular pattern I will select in the first window the midpoint, and in entities to pattern I will select the line, and I will here specify 8 as the numbers because I would require 8 lines. Then I will check the box. Then I will go to sheet metal tab and select the vent. For the first window, which is boundary, I will select the most outer circle if I rotate the part, as you can see. Next I will, in the ribs window, I will select all the lines. So these are going to be the ribs of the vent, and you can adjust, or you can say specify the width of these ribs from here. Then moving on to the spars, in which I will select the 2 circles, and in the very last window I will select, or you can say fill to boundary, I will select the most inner circle. From here you can specify the radius, and if for example I check this box, let me see the profile. Okay, so thicknesses can be increased. So let me right click on the vent and click the very first option, which is edit option. So you can increase the thicknesses from here for the ribs and the spars, and I'm going to increase the radius a little bit as well, and then this is the radius, and then check the box. So 2 thicknesses and 1 radius have been modified, and as you can see now it is a better shape. Okay, now select this face on which we have created the vent and click on sketch. For reference purpose I will again create here a horizontal line from midpoint to midpoint, and then I will create here a circle. Then specify the diameter of the circle, which is 80 mm, and from midpoint to the midpoint of the circle to the edge I will specify the distance 80 mm. Then I will create here a circle, specify the diameter of the circle, which is 8.5. Then from midpoint to this midpoint of the circle specify the vertical distance 40, and midpoint to midpoint specify the horizontal distance 40. Now I want 4 these circles, so I will mirror. So select here mirror about window this reference line and check the box. Now I want to mirror these on the other side, so I would require a reference vertical line. I will create here a perfect vertical line. It should be vertical. You can select this line and specify vertical relation to ensure that this is vertical. Select mirror entities. In the first window I will select these 2 circles, as you can see, and then in mirror about window I will select this reference line, and then since I would require 3 of these, so I will select linear pattern. In the first window, which is direction window, I will select this edge which is along the direction, as you can see. And then if you go down here we have entities to pattern, in which I will select these 5 circles, 1 2 3 4 5. Make sure to select it from the circumference, so these can be arcs, not the midpoints. And then if I go up, not this one, here, so you can increase the number from here, let's suppose 3, and you can specify the gap between these So let's suppose I specify 165 millimeters the gap, and then I will check the box. Now you can go to features and select extruded cut, although this is not fully defined, which I will define later, and select here blind and simply check link to thickness box and then check the box. So let me define it. Right click in the last extruded cut and select the edit sketch option, which is the second option. Select smart dimensioning tool. As you can see, this is underdefined. You need to select the smart dimensioning tool, and from this midpoint of the circle to this midpoint of the circle, specify the distance as it is. Don't change anything, just define as it is whatever this distance is. Now this is fully defined, as you can see, and we have a linear pattern and specified the gap 165 as well, so this is okay. Now let's select this back face and click on normal to. Then you need to go to the design library from here, and then I will go to the forming tool, and here we have the emboss. I will drag the very first emboss and place it over here. Okay, now let's select the flip tool, go to the position, and here specify this vertical distance and then the horizontal distance. So these two dimensions are required, so I will specify 120 120. Then I will select this dot from the sketch and specify here three more dots, so there can be a total of 4. After that I will hold control key and select this midpoint, make sure that this is vertical, and I will assign vertical relation. Select this midpoint while holding the control key and specify horizontal relation. Then let me select the smart dimensioning tool and specify this midpoint to the edge, the distance 120, the same distance which we have specified to the previous one. If you don't want to specify the uh, relations, then you can specify the dimensions 120 to each one. Then after that I will check the box. As you can see, these 4 embosses have been created, and then I will select, so this is the face where we have created the vents. Now I will select the other face, and in the design library I have louvers, so I will drag, there is only one louver which I will drag and place it over here. I will select the flip tool. Okay, then specify the angle 0 degree, it's fine. Go to position, and then let's select the smart dimensioning tool and specify the distance from midpoint to the edge. So this is going to be 30. You can increase it to 40, and then let's specify the horizontal distance. Okay, 60 mm is fine. So let me check this box. Okay, so as you can see, the direction need to be flipped, so you can right click here and click on edit feature, and you can flip this direction and specify the angle as well. So I want to change this angle to 180 degree, and as you can see, now we have the correct angle. Now let's select this face and click on normal to. After that I will go to features, and since I want more of these in X and Y direction, so I will select linear pattern. So in features you need to select this lower, and let's focus on the X direction first. So this is our direction 1, so let's specify this direction, this edge, and here you need to specify the number, so let's say 12, and then I will specify the gap. Okay, so this gap is fine. Then let's focus on the other direction, which is Y direction, so I will select this edge in the direction 2 window, and I can increase the number from here. I can change the direction from here as well, as you can see it from here, and then adjust the gap for the direction 2. Okay, after that I will check this box. Now if you want to apply any appearance at this point, you can apply any appearance you like. After that, I will save this part and I will be using this part in the assembly tutorial. And that's all for this video, guys. If you find this video helpful, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.